Today I want to talk about following. I think it's, in the terms of dancing, it's the man leads and the lady follows, and in terms of life, I think there's always going to be the leader and there's always going to be a follower. Now, I think this is best described as when I first started dancing, I started dancing to actually meet girls. Imagine that. Didn't work in the end, but hey, that's okay. When I first started my lessons, I had had one lesson, and on that lesson there was actually a lady having a lesson at the same time as me, and my instructor introduced me to her, and I'd talked to her a bit, and I'd found out that she'd been dancing at that point for about 10 years. And we talked for a bit, and it was a great conversation, and after that I decided that I was going to go to a social event, because if I was going to meet a girl, I had to go to a social event to meet them. So one lesson in a way, I went to a social event, and I get to the social event, and the very first person to ask me to dance is this lady that I had met. And it was quite funny because honestly I was scared to death, and I got up onto the dance floor, and I don't remember what I danced. I don't remember if I was right or wrong. I knew I screwed up a lot. But what I do remember is that when I walked off the floor, she looked at me and said, "Thank you, that was really nice. Maybe we can have another dance later." And, you know, in my head I was going, I am absolutely amazing. But in truth, it had absolutely nothing to do with me. It was her and her ability to follow, and her ability to stand there and go, I know this isn't necessarily right, but if I'm truly going to enjoy it, I'm going to have to sit here and you know, just go with it. And I think that's a huge aspect to life. And I'm not saying that we can't have our opinions and we can't necessarily, you know, say when something's right or wrong. But in a situation whereas that I'm doing it because I just want to enjoy it, or I want to be spending that time with my partner, or I want to be spending that time with someone I just met, I think often we let our fear of whether we're going to do it right or wrong, or whether we're going to screw up, get in the way of us actually just enjoying the situation and just follow it. You know, I've been in many conversations whereas I've walked into the room and never known what's actually going to happen, but not being afraid of who I am and what I know, you know, the conversations have always turned out quite good in the end. And it's because I'm not there to try to be someone who I'm not. You know, I know the things I know, and I hope I'm right. And I let the other person lead, per se, and we work off each other, and we end up developing a good talking relationship. And in dancing, it's the matter of sitting there, and in this situation, the lady sometimes has to sit there and go, well, whether I'm right or wrong, I know what I know, and I'm going to try my best to follow, and I'm going to enjoy myself. And I think in life that's probably the most important thing, that is, if we can enjoy ourselves, the rest is quite easy.